controversial.
Well, audio's live now, so... Hooray.
Stop talking about tits, everyone.
Oh no!
Continue talking about tits, everyone. It'll bring in the viewers. They live for this stuff.
Okay, let's switch the conversation to butts then.
Butts?
Alright, butts it is.
I
not as much as butt man, it's gotta be said. Not as much.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4
You back up a little bit, you're
From
getting
Shadows podcast, the Butts edition.
Yep. The butts and boobs edition.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you better change that topic there, buddy.
Okay. Butts and boobs editions it is.
And if you're joining us, don't forget to tweet us, hashtag ObtenFS.
That's
and if you have any questions,
sake.
we'll be answering questions. Well, it's not FFS. It should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not necessary
no,
that you
fuck's
tweet
sake.
your pictures. to us. Not boobs,
It's
not butts.
often
Please
for
don't.
fuck's sake.
Yes, Obten fuck's sake. If that wasn't enough fucks in the beginning of it to qualify for a mature rating, I don't know what is.
I guess we could change the hashtag to OFS. That's probably something else that's bad that we don't want to know about, but you know.
I don't know. Google it.
Yes, sir.
So, while Sicachi's
damn.
going Google crew on us, couple quick things real quick. I want to give Mibu, our host, a congratulations. He has just this past week made affiliate, and already had you've had one stream as your affiliate so far.
Yes.
That was the one me and you did, I thought.
Yeah, that was our Divinity Original Sins 2 stream. Went very well.
Yeah, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much.
We wish you nothing but success and money.
Thank you.
Power.
Money, power, and thank you. I mean, I did say that. I did send that out already on our Discord channel, but server. But thank you, everyone who supported me and worked with me so far. So yay!
By the way, optical fiber cable or Ottawa Fire Service.
So yes, we are the Ottawa Fire Service.
I like it.
Those poor people, like when they start getting questions like, you know, why were you talking about boobs on the stream today? And they're going to be like, the water stream? What?
Yeah.
Water pressure should be fine. We haven't had any fires recently. We are in Ottawa, where it's cold.
Yeah, isn't that Canada?
Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, we're just we're United States citizens, so we don't know a lot about places that aren't the United States. So we don't pay a whole lot of attention to the United States hat.
Unless they have oil. I'm sorry, not oil. Terrorists.
Terrorists and oil.
Did you just say terrorists?
I said terrorist.
Tourists.
Oh, okay.
Unless they have tourists.
Anyways,
okay.
before we get
should actually get to the topic.
Wow.
So, first topic that we are going to be talking about, just real quick, because it's not all. Anyways, TwitchCon was this weekend, still going on now, I believe. Just some big announcements coming to Twitch users out of there for all of our, I think maybe 2 Twitch viewers at the moment. You got a lot of new features coming up. I know I'm excited about them. Some of them more than others. First one we got going on coming up is premieres, which I guess they're trying to push the whole uploading content thing again, because it's pretty much let's do some fanfare to a newly uploaded video, and like I still don't think of Twitch as a place to go to for uploaded video.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they're trying to inch it on YouTube, I guess, but
on YouTube.
What's that?
I mean,
the
they're doing
clip thing that they have for it is actually really nice.
Clips are amazing for sharing, but like
not only for
by
sharing,
the way,
involving
speaking
your
of
your
clips.
community, your viewers. I find that absolutely fantastic. Someone clip that, and it gives the community, it gives the viewer to really do something for and with the streamer.
I love Sicachi's pause face. He's like, I'm going to get this in. I'm going to get this in.
We have a contest going on, guys.
Not yet. Starting tomorrow.
Not yet. It's starting tomorrow. Shh.
Yeah, we'll mention that contest at the end of the cast. So see you in an hour, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be here.
Obviously, there's a hint to it because Sicachi got excited about clips.
Well, yeah, clips and stuff, fantastic. But there is already that feature on Twitch where you can upload pre-recorded videos, and
yeah, they just premiered that a couple months ago.
Yes, I myself haven't tried it yet, but I think it's an okay feature.
I'm trying to think of a use case. I'm trying to think of a use case for vodcasts. That's what they call them, is vodcasting.
Yeah.
Before even getting to premieres, I'm trying to think of a proper way to use vodcast, because like I'm trying to think, when do I want to sit here and record something that I don't want to be on live with people, but I would like to post it, share it with them, and then sit through and watch me doing something with the community. Because I
think it'd be a good idea for like if you're doing gameplay videos of like it'd be a popular thing for League of Legends. You record a match, and then you upload it to Twitch. Then you go through it with your fans, and it's a way to improve. And I think, and you could interact with your followers more, interact with people actually giving comments and being like, hey, you made a mistake at this part of this video. Let's talk about it, stuff like that.
Yeah, when you just mentioned League of Legends, I'm thinking League of Legends, Overwatch, probably even CSGO. It could be seen as a analytical tool, yeah, for someone who's playing a video game on a more competitive basis. They could say, okay, where did I go wrong? Where could we improve? Where did the team let me down? Where did I carry the team? This, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could involve the viewers again with that. Hey, that's just one of the features that are possible.
But that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Can you think of any other reason why
if you're creative, maybe. If you're a creative, maybe. Like if you're doing art, or you're premiering like say a movie or video animation type thing that you made, I can maybe.
Oh,
see
okay, yeah.
And you could actually sit there, watch it, actually premiere with your fans and be able to talk with them during it. Instead of like a video game, it's really hard to actually talk along with.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
It'd be a good idea for subscribers, because then you could have your premiere for the people that are actually subscribed to you and paying money, and then you could release it once you get their feedback on it. Touch up a few things. So you can do sort of like a double premiere. Not double premiere, that's stupid. Second premiere. Double premiere, something else, I'm sure.
So that's something maybe we can start kind of exploring and actually find use cases for a later topic. So next thing next feature they're announcing, which I think it's one of these like Timon Pumbaa type moments. Raids are actually getting official.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
That
is good.
Here's kind of my reaction to, like, the community came up with raids, and it got out of hand to where people were like using it to be malicious. So Twitch said, hey, that's not really allowed. If they report you for being harassing, then we're gonna stop it. So that's why they made hosting. Well, now the Twitch is like, hey, we got a great idea. What if we do raids? That's my Timon and Pumbaa reference. If you've seen the cartoon, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So with raids,
probably a little bit after my time. I didn't really. No, I just don't remember.
He always took credit for the ideas.
Yeah.
Pumbaa would actually come up with an idea that made sense, and then Timon would be like, "Hey, Pumbaa, I got an idea," and it'd literally be the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't remember that.
With raids, it just gives you a little command /raid. You type in the channel. Your viewers will get an option to join the raid, and then whenever the broadcaster pushes it over, everyone goes in and raid. Everyone gets pushed over with it. It's about as simple as that.
Okay.
So pretty much they're just making it official. Not really much to it, but beyond that, I'm glad they're making raids official, because that was always one thing I was excited about, and then found out it was technically against the terms of service, and I'd worry about getting banned because someone threw a fit about me raiding them.
I don't remember seeing anything saying that it's against the rules. I mean, I think it would only be against the rules if you did it in a malicious way, of course.
No, I never knew that it was against the TNCs until Pyro brought it up, and it actually was. Up till now, it has been against the TNCs because of a couple, and I think one massive incident where things have just gone sour. Someone raided someone, and some of the viewers have taken this not in a positive way. They slacked someone off. I don't want to go into too much details, but it's gone down. Remember, we talked about PewDiePie in the previous episode, racial slurs and all that.
Yeah,
it's gone down that route a little bit, and since then
there's pretty much the two case scenarios that I remember talking to Mibu about in private before. There was an instance where this one streamer who'd usually have 1,000+ views going would go onto this one guy's little channel, making references about him being redheaded ginger and everything. So, and it was just always disrupting his stream. And finally, the guy ended up quitting Twitch and reporting him and everything. Oh. And then another thing that came up is there's someone that got raided during a speedrun attempt and got completely distracted by the chat and failed his speedrun because of all the people coming in, causing alerts, yada, just being distracting.
Yeah.
So that's an example of malicious and non-malicious that was still causing problems. So, either way, Twitch is making it official, and they're supposed to. And it was vague. They're giving tools to make sure you can only raid channels that you want to. I guess. I don't know.
You have to consent to be raided. But
you are going to have controls that allow you to what you can and can't do as well.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Next thing, rooms, which
this raiding. Do it.
Rooms, yeah. Raid me all you want. I'll do whatever.
Whatever.
Don't say that you'll do whatever.
Give me $20.
Rooms. This one I kind of overall liked. Pretty much, you can have parallel rooms to your chat. Instead, right now you have just the chat. Now you can actually create separate rooms. Like the examples they give is having a room for subscribers and a room for your mods. Yep. But I imagine you can do any sort of reason.
Yeah, if you can create your own, that'd be really cool. That way, for my chat, I could have a shitlord stream, a shitlord chat, and then the normie chat.
There you go.
Normies.
I'm just curious how it's going to work out for the streamer. How easily the streamer can view certain rooms, because usually I personally would only pay attention to one room.
Yeah, if you try and pay attention to any others, it's pretty hard.
Well, from what I understand, they're using this part of a system that's already in place, and that's where the top bar, you can click the little thing all chat rooms, and you'll see them there, and along with activity, amount of users in them, and everything like that. So using already established things, and I'm hoping, like Mibu was talking about, though, they do give something along the lines of better visibility, so you can keep track of these other rooms.
Yeah.
Offhand, really, the most use I'm going to get out of it is probably having a subscriber room and a mod room.
Yeah, it makes sense, because then the mods can discuss things like, hey, this person's not being nice. What do you guys want to do about it? What do you think we should do about it?
Or just if you have a kind of a rotating mod schedule due to different times or whatever, then you can user XYZ, keep an eye open for him. He's got 2 strikes. Something again, he's out. Something like that.
And last thing on rooms, they do stay persistent. So even when you stop streaming, they're there.
Yeah,
cool.
So you don't have to redo it every stream. I know it's not going to replace my using Discord for community and everything, but
yeah, but it's just a nice little thing to have.
Yeah.
Next thing that they're doing is rituals.
What?
Like not the summoning demon shitlord type of rituals, but
here I was ready to summon a Beelzebub.
There you go. So this is okay. I'm just going to read what they actually have for this one. Rituals make it easier for you to celebrate special moments that bring your community together. Say a viewer is checking out your channel for the first time. So after a minute, they'll have a choice to send to the rest of the community that they're new to the channel, and it'll break the ice for the chat, and maybe she'll make some new friends. From what I saw in the video, pretty much there's a little pop-up kind of like they use for the bits annotation. They showed some emote icons, and whenever you click that emote icon, it actually posts a little bit of text with that emote icon in there. So I think it's like preset greetings is what they're using that for, and it's supposed to expand to other stuff, which, I mean, it's probably one of those things, whatever the streamer can think of. Like, I bet you could have a ritual like you expect everyone to use whenever you die in a game or whenever you beat a level. I'm sure later on they'll expand to any number of things.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of reason for it from what I understand of it. I mean, this is my first time hearing about it. Like, I can see as it being an intro thing, but then announcing in chat hey, this person watched the intro. That's, I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm a new viewer to a stream, I prefer to just kind of worm my way in without a whole lot of fuss, because I don't know, I'm a little bit shy. And it's just like, hey, I'm new to this stream.
Well,
Talk about
it's
me.
still up to you as the viewer when it gets initiated. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
you
can still lurk there.
The
just
way
like
it reads, you get the option to do that. So after a minute, you get the choice to signal to the rest of the community that you're new to the channel. So Twitch will break kind of the ice.
It's the
for
pleb
you
signal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one's kind of a meh. I'll wait and see what they do with it.
Let's see what happens. Sounds interesting, definitely, because sort of like how YouTube has, or a lot of channels on YouTube have intros and highlight clips, that sort of thing. So instead of like having a highlight clip for one stream, it can be a highlight clip.
I can
for
see this
your
working
channel.
for some more introvert, shy people, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to click the button. I don't know what to say, really. So I'm just going to click that button.
There you
Bam. And
then also,
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, like, if you're wondering what everyone in chat is talking about, all of the inside jokes, that's a good way to get a part of the inside joke.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that's like 100% configured by the streamer, then yeah, you can actually immediately include them on an inside joke.
Yeah.
So, the next thing on this list, and this is probably, I think, the thing I got most excited about, just because I'm still going through the process, and depending on how, I know Sicachi, I don't know what your goals are. Mibu, I know you're halfway through this now. But achievements, targeting with the idea of that this will give you a clear path to getting to affiliate and then later on partner.
Oh, really?
Now, affiliate, they've always kind of, since they announced it middle of this year, they've pretty much said this is what you need for affiliate. But partner has definitely been more ambiguous.
Yeah,
they tell you
a nebulous term.
Yeah, the nebulous. That's actually probably the term I was probably more. It's more fitting. You for partner, you go and apply, and they accept or decline you, and then you can optionally follow up, and depending on who you got on the other end talking to you, they'll give you feedback on what got you declined, or sometimes like, we're looking for this sort of thing, so come back when you think you got it. With achievements, and you can see on the keynote video they had, that they are very well defined. Like there's like viewer concurrency counts, follower counts, so many different hosts, all sorts of stuff that, like, supposedly by the time you get the majority of that list done, you're probably ready to apply for partner and will likely get accepted for it.
Yeah. So that sounds interesting, definitely, and putting it in the form of achievements. I like that idea, how it is more game-related.
Gamified, yes.
Yeah.
Come on, we all like our little badges.
Yeah. It seems more appropriate than just like, you must do this to become a special partner. Instead, it's a game.
And it gives you something you can also share with your viewers and everything, like, hey, we just earned this achievement. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I like it.
The last thing they talk about, and apparently this has been a very request thing, and the crowd went, and literally watching the video, the crowd went nuts at this. Subscription gifting. I just love Mibu's channel so damn much. I'm going to gift a 1-month subscription of his channel to you, Sicachi.
Oh, okay, that's pretty neat.
No offense to Mibu and everything, but I mean, this. It's still not. This ain't Netflix. This ain't Hulu. I mean, sure, it's cool if you really want to support. If you really want to support a streamer, if you really want to support a streamer, and you and all your buddies watch said streamer, maybe. But
yeah, I mean, it's good for if you have a friend and you're like, hey, this guy has some really cool stuff that's only for subscribers. And I know that you don't have a whole lot of cash at this point, so hey, let me buy you a subscription for him because it's a really cool streamer that you should check out.
It would have been better to do something like Twitch Prime gifting, where they get a free subscription with it.
Amazon out of the equation, which no one would do.
That would put Amazon back into it, though. I mean, Amazon owns Twitch, so...
Yeah, but still. Never mind. I'm not... I don't see a great benefit for this. And no, I can't really relate to it.
The way I see it, whatever gives viewers and streamers more options, I think is good. Even though it's not like the most big and flashy thing in the world, it's nice instead of like, oh man, I'd really like to subscribe to this guy, but I don't have any money. And yet you have a friend that said, oh yeah, I'd be willing to get you a subscription. Instead of having to go through and be like, hey, I'm going to go through PayPal and wire you money so that way you can subscribe. It's more like a gift, less like a, I have to give you money. That sort of thing. So, that's the way I see it.
That's the majority of the news that came out of TwitchCon. Like I said, that was their keynote first day. For the most part, I like their format that they just say, we're going to get all the big news out of the way. So that way all the developers everything that's going on the next 2 or 3 days, people can just openly talk about. And that is one more thing. They don't mention it here. The day before TwitchCon, they called it the TwitchCon Dev Day. They did a lot of stuff with extensions. And one thing I'm excited about, because I'm hoping, I use stream avatars. It's a little thing that little people walk around the bottom of the screen. I use that for my stream. I'm trying to convince the guy to do it for this. Extensions will actually be able to accept bits for digital items now.
Huh.
Like they give an example, like they show someone, doing a shout out for so many bits that gets played onto the channel, or that the streamer fulfills, different stuff like that. Kind of like what people do with loyalty stores already. The example I'm trying to do, like with stream avatars, is like if I put a special color or special piece of, like a special hat or a completely special avatar, you could unlock that for your account for bits. So therefore, the work I'm putting into, there is work involved getting the little sprite people to walk around down there. There is some time involved in getting that set up. I could actually get a reward for that time, and then Twitch is getting there. The developer gets a cut of that as well. Those bits too. So that would be a sustainable, like right now, like for like Stream Avatars dev, they actually have to go get a server to host this stuff for the back and forth communication between Stream Avatars and the extension and everything. And without charging a subscription, there's not a really effective way to do it. But if they actually were able to get a cut of those bits, that could theoretically maybe contribute to paying for that at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things that it'll be interesting to see what devs do with extensions and those being able to take those bits now.
Yeah, I hope that actually works out. I mean, that'd be a really cool thing to see, because I've watched one of your streams, Pyro, where you had the stream avatars going, and it seemed really neat. I didn't know exactly what's going on with it, but I thought it was a cool idea of having...
You can fart, okay? That's all you need to know. You can fart.
You can fart, and you can attempt to jump at a star that has at least about a 3 to 6 second delay for you. Watching Mibu try to do that forever was hilarious.
It's like spam jump commands. Literally, I was sitting there. I don't know what it is, ! Jump, whatever. So I'm typing there, jump, just to catch that star. And I don't even know what that star does. I just wanted to catch it.
But
you just have way too many fun, frustrating little games in your streams.
Oh yeah, and Sicachi. Okay, Mibu. Sicachi's big one is he was the only one watching my stream at the time, and we use Stream Elements for my stuff, and I use their bingo, and because. What it is, it's emoji bingo, to where they do the thing where they got to try and find the thing on there. He didn't have BTTV or Frankerface installed, so the only one he really can use is Twitch. And Twitch has the biggest library. He's the only one in my chat.
Yeah. And I learned something from that. You have to put in each emoji separately.
Line by line.
It can only be that one emoji. Because if you put in multiple ones, it won't register. That's what I learned from the first one. The second one, I didn't get it. Just because I was like, I went through all the emojis last time. So I'm just going to spam random ones, and I didn't get it. Third one, though. The third one.
That was a
That
hard
was
work.
methodical.
That was a lot of hard work for you.
It was.
So
But I won.
yeah,
And that's
he
what
won.
that's what matters. I'm rich. I have so much ash. I don't know what to do with it. But I have it.
You could buy
It's
yourself
fine.
a custom avatar on Stream Avatars.
Oh yeah. And also I looked through your little cheer page thing of what you can spend ash on, and I could get you to like mention stuff in the stream, that sort of thing, get you a shout out.
I got the fun ones on there. I got shout out, Truth or Dare.
Oh
which
yeah.
no one's done that yet. And then I got the custom avatar stuff. So, anyways,
yeah. Enough about Pyro stream.
Yeah.
I need to look into the Truth or Dare the next time you're streaming.
It's on there. I mean, no one, like I said, no one's done it, so.
Yeah, you have to actually go to this separate page where you can spend your ash.
Mm.
And
Which I'm gonna have to
Stream
talk to you about.
Stream Elements is supposed to be setting up an extension too, which I don't know what they're gonna like. I'm hoping they do something kind of similar to what Streamlabs did with theirs, where you could like do their loyalty shop all within the Twitch browser, the Twitch player. But I don't know if they
I've
will.
seen that Streamlabs extension on, who was it? I think it was on Cinnamon Toast Ken or someone like that.
It felt like the Streamlabs dropped the ball. They had like from what I understand, they were already working on a loyalty point store, and then they found out it's like to me it felt like they found out that this extensions was coming out, so they tried to pivot to do that, and yeah, it just fell apart.
It doesn't look too bad. It could have been better, let's put it this way. The functionality and all the options, yes. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it.
It's too limited. Like literally, if you could have the functionality and control that you have in Stream Elements, but allow you to buy it through the player, that'd been perfect. But you can't have limited quantity items. You can't have. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. It's either on or off. Is pretty much what it felt like. It's very.
Yes, that's true.
So.
Yeah, Pyro, remind me after the stream to talk to you about stuff to do with my stream.
Okay.
Because I really like all the stuff you have set up. It's really neat.
All right. Yeah. Anytime I'll help you with getting your stream going and everything like that. You know that.
Thanks. Yeah.
So.
I just always forget.
What the hell? Why is my Windows being stupid? Alright. Sicachi, lead us into the next topic while I fix my shit.
Into the next topic. Well, first we want to talk about loot crates. That's what you wanted to bring up. Yeah. It all comes down to loot crates. It's always loot crates, loot crates, loot crates, loot crates.
We all like our little loot.
Everyone loves their little gambling addiction. Mibu loves gambling. Mibu loves loot crates.
Mibu has a gambling problem. If you could see our our Discord.
Only on Discord.
Which, by the way, check out our Discord.
Hang on, let me go. I need to play slots now.
Not during the stream, Mibu. No.
So
there you go. I'm on it already.
Two things that have been definitely in the gaming news lately that we wanted to talk about.
Shit.
Is he really playing slots?
Yes.
I can't check because that'll mess up the Discord capture, but
yep. And as you could hear from him cursing, he lost.
He got 10,000 the other day after doing a 1,500. I want to hear it. Yeah. He's like.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about our gambling addictions, except for loot crates.
You can gamble on Stream Elements. There's a chat roulette, a chat slot too. By the way, Mibu. You can gamble with your... Okay.
I know. I've set that up for my stream as well. You can play slots on my stream.
So anyways...
You have a problem.
Loot crates.
Your family misses you.
They've been in the news a lot lately. They've been in the news a lot lately, talking mainly about, is it gambling? It started off a big petition to the ESRB in America, and after... Battlefield, which I don't know anything about theirs. I can't. There's a second big game that's coming out that they. Shadows of War, their loot crates, how it's
Yes.
actually like killing the game apparently. And then every another number of games, just about everything has a loot crate system nowadays.
Yep, the big one is Overwatch. That was like one of the first big mainstream things to have loot crates.
I'd come close to saying it's Overwatch's fault that we're seeing it everywhere now.
Yes, I would say I'm sharing that opinion.
So it's like here's the news tidbits before we start talking about a big cry out to ESRB in the Americas, saying, hey, you should change it to where acknowledge that loot crates are gambling. And ESRB said two different statements. One, it's not gambling because you're guaranteed to get something. It's not a thing where you're guaranteed like what they call real like real money gambling.
Yeah,
you can just lose. You're guaranteed to get something of value in loot crates. And then the second thing that came up is
value.
Yeah. And then the second thing that came up is and Mibu's gone. And it looks funny. Oh, Mibu's back. Halfway.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
Let us see your face.
I just see your icon.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
What happened to my camera?
It died.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
you keep talking, I'll get it sorted.
Yeah, you get that sorted.
Okay.
So the second thing that came up by a separate ESRB statement, and you're up, Bibu, was that fuck Mibu.
Don't do it.
Please don't.
Especially not on stream.
You're guaranteed to get something. Oh, it's not their job as a regulatory agency to make the laws. So pretty much they said we're going to take what is the literal legal definition of gambling, and that's what we're going to work around. In which right now, if you read the American laws on it, it doesn't encompass that. And then about a week later, Peggy, I don't know what the acronym stands for. It's the UK gaming ratings board and everything. They pretty much backed, and then the one for there's another country I can't remember. But two other ratings boards got on board and said, "Hey, we kind of agree with the ESRB on this." And then a petition got started in the UK for the Parliament to actually take a look at gambling laws for this. From what I understand, the statute for it is they have to get 10,000 signatures to force Parliament to look at it. Last article I read, it was at 12,000 signatures. So the UK government is actually going to have to look and make an official ruling, are loot crates gambling?
No, they don't have to make an official ruling. They have to look at it. It's the official rulings has to come at either 100,000 or 1 million, but they have to look at it. So they have to give it some kind of attention.
I mean,
as far as I know, I might be wrong.
You live there. You're supposed to be our expert in this one now.
Well, I don't really do a lot with the government, so.
Well, either way, with the tiptoeing around the law with the no matter what, you win something, so it's not technically gambling. That seems like something they would have already tried to do here in the United States with actual gambling.
Well, with actual gambling, when you're playing a round of poker, for example, or like a slot machine, since that's Mibu's favorite thing. You pull that lever, you can and just typically do lose whatever money you just put into it.
Yeah, but it seems like if they would say no matter what, you win at least 2% of your money back, then that would be the same as what you're doing, or tokens would be the appropriate thing.
Well, when's the last time you opened up a loot crate and the loot crate said, "Oh, sorry, Charlie, you got nothing"?
Well, that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is, if the thing of saying, well, you're still getting something, so it's not technically gambling, it seems like for regular like video poker or slot machines, if they would give you a little trinket or whatever every time you play, no matter what, even if you don't win it big.
Real quick, just for the sake of this discussion going forward, let's go ahead and state our opinions overall, agree or disagree. Is loot crates gambling? For me, I disagree.
I think it is.
Sicachi, I'm sorry.
I think it is gambling.
All right, Mibu.
No, I don't think it is. I disagree.
Okay, so now we can know where we're all standing. So, Sicachi, being the odd man out, go ahead and describe your point of view first.
Okay, so first of all, if you're paying money for these loot crates, then you're buying something that could be something. I mean, no matter what, you're going to get a little something. But no matter what, it means you have to put in more money, and there's no guaranteed chance that you'll get something that you want, or really much at all. Like, think of Overwatch. Let's say they don't ever give you loot crates for like leveling up or completing arcade quests or anything. The only way you can get things are through the loot crates that you buy. So no matter what, I get something. That's fine. Whatever. I get a little something. But then I didn't get what I wanted, so I have to buy more. And
well, most of these things
plays into personalities, like addictive personalities. They're going to want to keep playing, so they can get these things. They're going to be spending more money and more money.
I will give that one. Do they prey on the same triggers and emotions that gambling do? Yes, there. Yeah. I think I will agree that they do prey on that. I don't know, is emotion the right word for it?
Probably.
Tendencies.
Yeah. Tendencies, yeah, that works.
I will agree with that. They do definitely do that. You know, the whole, you know, what's $5 going to be for two more loot crates kind of thing.
And on the other hand, like, you could do the microtransactions things where you just pay a few bucks and get the thing that you want, which also I don't like, but it would still be better because no matter what, you're guaranteed you get what you want. No guessing about it, and then you have paid your money. Whereas with the loot crates, you're just preying on these people, and you're just saying, oh, well, maybe next time. Maybe you'll get it next time. If you don't, oh, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really affect the game that much. It's fine. You don't have to. I mean, sure, this other person over there has what you want, and that's really cool. You get to see them play it. But, you know, it's fine. It doesn't affect gameplay. It's just a skin for a character.
That makes me think about also, did you guys hear about the patent that EA had filed with a microtransaction based matchmaking?
Yeah, I heard about that.
What happened there?
The story is that, and this is something that got filed 2 years ago, and they finally got awarded the patent for it. A matchmaking system based on where it'll matchmake you with people that have a higher skill. That have a higher skill and has equipment, usually paid for, like cosmetic items that you might want. Like, you end up entering this game, you find this guy on the little matchmaking screen. Oh my god, he has this big ass rifle, and you guys end up winning that game. And then they showcase him and like all this stuff he's got and everything, and it's all this premium stuff. Like, and it makes the guy like, shit, I could be like him if I go and buy this.
Oh god.
Yeah.
EA says it's not in any of their games yet, but.
No,
but nonetheless, they have the patent. They have thought about this. So
that's ridiculous. That just no.
They're bragging on people, it seems. So yeah, but yeah, back to loot crates. That's my thoughts on it. As well as, if it wasn't gambling, then let's take the slot machines. You have a slot machine. You put in let's say $1. You pull the lever. And you don't win, but they give you a token. You still get a token. You still got something for pulling that lever and paying $1. So you still got something. But then the token's worth is like 10% even, if we're taking just the straight money value out of gambling. If that wasn't considered gambling, then you would think that companies that make video poker and slot machines would have done it by now. And I mean, that's not a great argument.
The reason that companies that make video poker and all those kind of things haven't done that yet is because there's more money in the actual gambling.
That's true, but gambling is illegal in most places in the United States.
Actually, not that much anymore. It does not take any... Like,
yeah, they've been repealing it.
Here in Illinois, our state is a good example. I remember just a couple years ago, you would not see a video poker anywhere. And there's gas stations now that they've cleaned out whole areas of their stuff so they can set up video slots.
Oh my god! Wow.
Like I can literally drive about 5 minutes away and go play video poker or video slots.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is one of those gray areas of the law where it's technically illegal, but the police aren't really doing anything about it, like jaywalking.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, not that they've repealed a law to make it legal.
They've made it easier to get the permits.
Okay.
It's not as costly to get the permits.
Yeah.
That's here in the States, that's what's changed, at least. Mibu, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Well, regarding gambling and loot boxes, I mean,
Sicachi this is the gambler addict perspective, mind you. The closet.
He just wants to keep
addict.
gambling. That's why he wants to argue against me.
I'm not really
just
that
kidding.
bad. Okay,
I
it's fake money that I'm gambling with, and that's fine. I went to a casino once in my life. Once. I'm 35 now. Okay, so I'm not really that much of a gambler. But yes, Sicachi made a few very good points, but I still don't think that loot boxes should be classed as gambling. And my main reason for that is, yes, you can pay money for loot boxes if you want to. I think in Overwatch it's £35. I think it's $50 for 50 loot boxes. I'm not sure what the dollars are for loot boxes in Overwatch. But in every game, at least to my knowledge, in every game, you have at least the option to either find some kind of key in order to gain loot boxes, or you level up and get loot boxes that way, or you defeat then an enemy and get loot boxes that way. Yeah, you don't have to spend money on loot boxes. It's slower to get loot boxes if you're not paying for them, but you don't have to pay. No one tells you you have to pay in order to get loot boxes. Now, another thing that speaks against gambling, where I kind of disagree with Sicachi, gambling is, yes, you have a chance to win something, but there's a big chance that you lose everything. Whatever you put in, you can lose for a fact. This is where loot boxes always pay you out. Even if it's, again, I'm picking up on Overwatch because it's pissing me off most of the time. You're getting items, you're getting a reward that you already own, and it turns it into a fraction of in-game currency.
Mm-hmm.
I think a loot box. Sicachi, remind me, how many points do you have to spend for a loot box? No, you can't. No.
You can't
Sorry,
buy
you
loot
can't.
boxes with points.
No, but for example, a legendary skin costs
like 3,000 points.
3,000 credits. In order to earn 3,000 credits via some duplicates, you have to go through a shit lot of loot boxes.
Yep.
Just through duplicates. But you still
and that's also the only way you can get those points.
Yeah. But you're still getting something. It's a you have participated trophy almost.
Yeah. Like I said, you could get a quarterback from your dollar that you put in.
Yeah, but if you were to get a quarterback for your dollar that you put in, I don't think this is then seen as gambling because you got some money back. For me personally, the definition of gambling is, and I'm about to look this up now.
Yeah, I was going to say I want to look up the definition of gambling. But the way I see it, it just seems like they're trying to lure you into playing more by giving you a little something.
You see, it says here, and this is Google, definition number 1 is play games of chance for money, bet. And the second one is take risky action in the hope of a desired result. Now, buying a loot box, I don't think is a risky action.
Yeah, it would depend on your
definitely
definition
not
of risky.
Playing games for money. Risky in a way, Okay, that's again in the eye of the
You guys want to look up risky now?
No, risky in a way, like if I spend $30, $40, $50 on in-game items, is it skins or skills or whatever? Yeah, could be perceived as risky. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they get off on the fact that you don't have to buy them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is then again where it isn't falling into the category of gambling, at least in my opinion.
What was the first part of your argument there? Because I remember I had something that I wanted to say to it. Do you either of you remember?
I can't remember.
Pyro? Nothing?
I can't remember.
Dang, I was waiting for an opening
I don't remember the specific wording. No.
Let's see. The first part, you talked about how you don't have to pay money.
Always get something back.
Get something back.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Do you remember your point either way?
I mean, his point was that loot crates aren't gambling. That was his point.
No, I mean, what you said you had something you wanted to say.
No, it was only in relation to what he said.
We're so
and I know that if I could hear that again, I had the for it.
Rewind it on YouTube.
Yeah, somebody in chat, tell me, please. Pretty please.
So, like, I was looking it up. Like, the legal definition for gambling is what I was trying to find, and the closest thing I can find is Wikipedia's bullshit without going into U.S. stature code, which I'm not. That's just a pain in the ass to read. That's a pain in the ass to read when I have time to read it, but. For the most part, a lot of stuff for me echoes what Mibu was saying.
Then echo what Mibu said, please.
No, it's like generally I don't think it's gambling in that and using the idea of if slot machines did a quarter for every dollar you put in, so at least you're guaranteed. I think that's definitely like a straw man fallacy you're creating by doing it.
Is it?
I think you're definitely skidding that line. Yes.
I don't think so, because I mean either way, it's basically the same thing. It's just doing it with monetary amounts instead of the fake internet points.
Oh, okay. Real quick, and let's take Overwatch because Mibu is very familiar with it, and Sicachi from Iceland, you're a big player of it too. You can either buy these loot boxes or you can buy skins, right?
Well, you can't buy skins.
You can't with money. You can only buy the loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sicachi, how familiar are you with League of Legends then?
Yeah, I play a bit of League of Legends.
All right. League of Legends, generally speaking, the cheapest any individual skin works out to being is, I think, roughly about $2 to $4 range at the cheapest, and they can get up to like $15, $20 for the ones that do these are ones that they get completely new sound sets, completely new animations. It's like it's almost like for all intents and purposes, it should have probably been a different character. So okay. I mean, there is a fair amount of work, and there's only 2 or 3 of them that I'm aware of their characters that have a complete rework. And there's the one that I think is actually worth spending money on is DJ Sona, because she also gets this cool thing where you actually play music for your team based on what ult you have going at the time, what power you have going at the time. So it's like you're playing League of Legends in a dance club almost. So anyways, League of Legends is one of these that, in the wake of loot boxes, introduced their own system to where you can earn loot boxes, and you earn fragments, and you craft loot boxes, and you can get keys for them and everything. Or you can go and buy the stuff, to where when you're buying the stuff, usually one loot box comes out to about, I think, $3 or $4. So the cheapest item you can get from these loot boxes is a rough equivalent to the actual loot box itself. I think any of them that allows you to buy these items directly or play through the loot box system, like I said, Overwatch is a poor example of this, so I'll secede a little bit on that one. But most of these ones that allow such a system, where you can both pay outright or do the loot box, the cheapest thing you can get in the loot box is a rough equivalent to the cheapest thing you could go out and buy. Yeah. So that would be the basis for why I'd say it's generally not gambling. I think it's a bit better.
just because you can buy what you want. You don't have to constantly play these chance mechanics.
Yeah.
Of
and League of Legends takes it even further, that like you can trade it. Like if you get a shitty skin you want, I mean you still get the skin. Like if you got duplicates, you can keep those duplicates, and you can turn them into something else. That you can craft shards for the ones you want, and save up enough shards to actually get permanently the one you want.
Yeah, essentially the gold mechanic from Overwatch, where you get stuff for even things that you already own. So no matter what, you get something.
Right. So I mean, like ultimately, like if, and I'm trying, like I don't play a lot of these games that have these mechanics that I really think of offhand, because usually when it comes to skins, Paragon's another one that I play, another MOBA. Their mechanic that they have is generally through gameplay. Every week you get every 2 days, you get a chest that you can work up to play and unlock it, and if you keep playing that 2 days and get so many of their little achievement stars and everything, it keeps upgrading to a higher level chest. And whenever you unlock them, you get some of the in-game currency that you can use to like unlock stuff and everything like that, unlock masteries, unlock all of your different shit. And or you can just sit there and go and buy chests of the level you want and everything. Again, looking at their stuff, the cheapest level chest that you can buy, because I think in not Paladins, Paragon. Thank you. In Paragon, there's I think 3 or 4 levels of chests. The cheapest one you can buy is equal to the cheapest item you can buy, and if you go up to the higher level chest, you get more chance for it costs more, and all that. But usually the likelihood of these smaller level items isn't as frequent. Usually they tend to stand around the base level cost of the chest. So that would, like, to use your analogy to say gambling isn't, no, slot machines aren't gambling if they just gave you something back. If you were to put $1 in a slot machine, and it at the very least gave you back like 90 cents, sure, I'd probably say that's no longer gambling. You can win $20, or at the very least you'll get 90 cents back, so you've lost a little bit. But to say that, to dub it down to like, oh, if I just gave you a quarter or a dime back and everything from $1, that's about where I end with.
Sometimes it feels that's what you're getting back in Overwatch.
Yeah. So
the thing that makes Overwatch hard, because I was under the impression you could still pay real money to get the skins and what cosmetics that you want.
No, but in a lot of cases you get some amount of in-game currency in Overwatch. Sometimes you get like 500 credits or 250 or 1,000. I don't even know what the maximum is, but you do get some currency. And again, the most expensive skins are 3,000 credits. So yeah, they make it still somewhat appetizing.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and I guess we can agree to disagree. But the one thing that I have to say about this is that you have to figure out why gambling is illegal. And I believe, if I'm not misunderstanding this, gambling is illegal because it preys upon people's addictive instincts of, I could win it big, I could get this, I could get what I want. Or, you could lose a lot of stuff. You could get that risky behavior in. So, really the only way to conclude would be to conclude if it's gaming or not is if it's preying on those same instincts.
That's not why it's regulated, though.
Then why is it regulated?
Because whenever, I know at least in the United States, it became a regulated thing whenever the mob got involved. Crime started revolving out because of the amount of money that would circulate through gambling, casinos, poker halls, and everything back in like the 20s and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it got really, you had mobs that they'd base their whole operations around high stakes poker rooms. You'd have they'd run bars that had gambling in the back and everything like that, and that's why the U.S. government, at least, like I said, everything's U.S. related. I don't know, Mibu would have to comment on his stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why it became regulated. It had nothing to do with, the poor people don't know how to control their shit.
Okay. Well, then, I think that's the reason why. I mean, that's the only reason I can see why it should be regulated, is because of either the reason why it's regulated, why it was regulated. But I personally do agree that, not agree, I do feel like it should be regulated because some people can't control their base instincts of that high risk behavior. And in the perfect world, I'd give you where everything would be legal, and if somebody was having, then they could see somebody about it, not lose all of their money, become homeless, and then they realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't gamble. So that's my thought on it. Again, we can agree to disagree.
I think the big takeaway, I think we all agree that it does prey on the same instincts that gambling does.
Yeah.
So it does have the same pitfalls, but I think where we should it be regulated? Do we want the government stepping in to our industry more than what they already do, saying what can or can't be done with it?
I personally think a good compromise would be to make these gambling-like mechanics for the ESRB, rather, to make anything that has these systems, make it mature content. Because that way you don't have teenagers going out and stealing their parents' credit cards. That way they can buy these loot boxes whenever.
Is there anything that has loot boxes that is rated less than mature now? As an example.
It's Overwatch.
Overwatch is a
Overwatch
teen
is
rating?
teen. Yeah.
I could see that.
So I think that'd be the best compromise here. Just because you don't have a
12-year-old that goes off and buys Overwatch and then comes home, gets mommy and daddy's credit card out of their purse.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
I think that'd be the best compromise here, because that way you're still letting people have the freedom to do these things, yet you're not preying on kids.
And you should never prey on kids.
Yeah, don't do it. It's a bad idea.
Especially if you're
credit card only. Credit card only.
Yeah, and that would put a good way
stop
for
gaming like this, Pyro. That's creepy.
No one. I don't know if anyone heard what I said.
No, I didn't. Do you want to tell the whole class?
Maybe said to stop preying on. No one should prey on children. I said especially Catholics.
Oh, womp womp. But anyway, that brings us into our next topic, where the reason why loot crates are so prevalent nowadays, I believe, is because of producers wanting to make more money, make sure they get money out of games continuously. And if the loot crate system was made to make sure to be a mature content only thing, then that would turn producers off it, because a lot of producers try and just get in under that mature rating, so that way it's opened up to a bigger audience so they can make more money. So if you make it not as profitable, I think you would see that a bit less. But yeah, the next topic I'm wanting to bring up is how producers affect these games, such as through loot crates. And I mean, for the past few decades now, we've really needed producers in game development, because they bring a way to finance the game. They're responsible for manufacturing and marketing a game that a developer designs, and that includes market research, and advertising. So they're a good way to get your game out there, whereas most game developers, they don't have that money, that set start to advertise the game, to get that out. And producers really help you make a big game. That's the only reason why I believe we have AAA games right now. Because
real quick, just for clarification, are you actually referring to producers as in the job descriptor producers, or are you talking about publishers?
Actual publishers.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure what we're talking about here. Go on.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's really one of the big ways to finance a video game. And you'll get that through either video game developers finding a publisher, finding a producer to help finance them and get their game out there. But then you also have publishers that have their own game studios in-house, and they really regulate that.
All right.
And
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No, you.
I was gonna say, like, I know, and this is another one. It's in the news right now. People are debating like the cost of AAA games right now.
Yeah. And we hate to come back to this topic, but it seems to always end up there. You want to bring it up, Pyro?
What?
The not AAA game?
Oh, yeah, it was mentioned. And it's worth it. Shit. Go buy that thing.
We're talking about Hellblade Sensua's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
By the way.
So the big news that's going on right now is EA closed down Visceral Games because there's some stuff going on with, like, they believe that they were mishandling the unannounced Star Wars game they were working on, and so a new group has taken it over to make it more broadly appealing. But they cited the last Dead Space game. Is it 2 or 3?
3.
Okay. Dead Space 3 as underperforming after having sold 4 million copies. Because they barely if they even recouped it, they barely recouped their costs.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the big reasons why they didn't make bank with that is because partially horror games don't sell like the latest Call of Duty, as well as the different changes they made to the game. They made it more action-oriented, less
that's the thing.
thrill.
It sold well. It sold better than the previous 2 entries.
Yeah, it sold fine.
It sold better than the previous 2 entries.
They dumped so much money into it.
Yes.
I mean, I think they said they need to get 5 million to break even. If I'm not mistaken.
They spent.
I thought they broke even, but no, I might be wrong with that.
They spent, I think, 61 million on production. They sold 4 million units. I don't know what offhand. I don't know what the math is for that. But from what I understand, they barely recouped. They barely scraped by being able to make bank on it.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the publisher didn't get anything on it, and a lot of this comes back to, pretty much there's the dev that was speaking out about this, saying, like, you know, we were given this stupid budget, and we were always having to sit there and go, you know, they wanted this, they wanted this. We were always they were having to work under budget half the time because they were having to outsource everything. So the guy, it sounded like he was pretty much blaming EA for it, and then yeah, and you do have the like what's being referred to as the AA and single A space now.
That of AAA experience.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like, you know, you can make these games that are more hyper focused and just as good story, just whatever they choose to focus on. If they do it really well, you can still get your money out of it and make it a cheaper experience overall. Because, like, pretty much, that's the other thing. Pretty much the price of games has not gone with inflation. I know in my lifetime, I've only seen the price of games go up once. I can tell you for sure, but maybe twice. I think I remember NES, SNES, I think, being $40 games, and then there was at some point they went to $15. Right now, the base AAA game price, if you go to a store and pick up a game, it's supposed to be like about $60.
Yeah, I vividly remember when they brought games from $50 to $60. Because
that was recent enough. I think anyone in the gaming space now probably is familiar with that, unless it's like
for the most part
in the last couple of years started getting into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've recently read an article about the $50 to $60 thing. Apparently, it's an inflation thing.
Yeah,
I want to disagree, but everything since I can remember, everything has gotten more expensive. At least the numbers have increased.
Right.
From when I can start remembering things, I don't know what cost of living was or what the average earning for an adult was. I don't know these things because I didn't care. I wanted to play on the playground or eat mud or God knows what. But yeah, they're claiming it's inflation, and yeah, I kind of agree because everything has gotten more expensive, not only video games.
Proof that inflation
And
is real. You don't have a dollar menu anymore at McDonald's. You have the extra value meal. I remember because I was working in the food service industry. I remember whenever that was like the industry was talking about like, oh my god, McDonald's getting rid of the dollar menu. We're gonna all have to jack our prices up because they're gonna smash us now.
And while this is a really big topic to go into, because the one thing that is the problem with the inflation is that it's not being shown in the job market of people getting paid more. That's the big reason why it's a big deal, I believe.
Yeah, game makers have been making the same amount of money for years, and game development is getting more expensive.
Yeah. So instead of people getting paid,
sorry,
what's that?
Couldn't finish what you're saying.
Oh, I was just going to say that all of that money that's been going into games because they've been getting more expensive, that's all been going directly into the development of games and not towards the people making the games. So they're not increasing their salaries to match with inflation either. But you're getting that throughout the entire, I know for sure, American industry. The United States industry.
The only thing regarding salaries, what I wanted to say is, and I don't know how it is in the US, your employer is required by law to give you a pay rise of a minimum of the cost of living increase. So if, for example, in 2016, the cost of living increased by, let's say, 2.5%, which is measurable, then your employer, whenever pay rises are due, 2017, they have to match this, or minimum wages are going up from £6.50 to £6.78, or whatever it might be. So there's something covered in the UK. Again, I don't know how it is in the US.
In the US, the only legal thing they're obligated to is the minimum wage. Okay. So like if minimum wage is $8, not every year, but we just got done with a big cycle of it. So like if minimum wage went from $8 to $9 and you're getting paid $10 an hour, your employer is not under any obligation to increase your pay as a result of that. So you pretty much actually just lost $1 in pay.
Jesus.
Oh, but you didn't technically lose $1, so you're fine, right?
Well, I mean, that's what I don't understand why people think raising minimum wage is the solution.
Well, because how about we bring this back to games instead of going into the whole social debate of minimum wage, wages all over. Bring it back to video games here.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Publishers. We're just talking. I mean, we're talking about money here, and publishers. They spent all this money to manufacture a game and market it. And if they have a studio, they're also paying the, well, it's not always with a studio, but in some cases, they're also paying for the developers during the term of them actually making the game. So when they sell a game, they want their money back at least. They want to earn a profit for sure. So if they have a studio, if they're paying these people, then that means they have a say in how the game is made. And that's why you get so many Call of Duty games and Call of Duty clones, because they know that whenever they make a Call of Duty game, they're going to make bank, at least. They're going to make a lot of money because a lot of people play Call of Duty and those types of games.
It's their goose that lays golden eggs right now.
Yep. So if they have a say in how the game is made, they're going to make games similar to that because they know that'll make money. So that's why we're getting a lot of games right now that are feeling very much the same. If you look at the AAA games, you get action adventure where cover-based mechanics are a big one in a lot of games. That was a big trend for a while because that paid out well. Games that had cover-based mechanics like Gears of War they paid out well. And now, right now, it's Call of Duty multiplayer shooter arena sort of things, and they're paying out well. So might as well make everything like that, right?
Yeah,
Can't disagree with you there. It makes money. It makes money. Call of Duty. I don't know if you are aware of it, because the US is not really a big soccer football. Let's call it football.
Non-American football.
Non-American football. The game FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer, Pro Evo. Every year there is a new installment. 2014, you know how years work.
Yep.
I don't need to tell
it's
you.
mad. It's like Madden for us.
And
actually, it's like every sports game here in the US.
Yeah, it is current year sports game for us.
Game every year, over and over again, but graphically slightly different, and maybe a few more tricks in the game, but in essence, it's the same freaking game.
Generally, you pay $60 for a new roster, and usually one new game mechanic to make it feel different.
Yeah,
pretty much.
If that. So that's what's happening with producers. But as we've seen with Hellblade, Sensuous Sacrifice, you don't need a producer. I mean, you also get that with indie games. You don't need a producer.
No,
Steam is such
a
prevalent thing.
The last few years have been the rise of the indie as it's no longer a financial state. It's actually a genre in and of itself.
Because it's where you have all your mass market your game without needing to actually manufacture the game. You just need to be able to have it being able to be digitally downloaded.
Yeah.
So that way, I mean, that was a big part of it. The cost of actually making the CDs and then sending them out to all the different game stores. Which, to be fair, that's still needed in this day and age, because some places don't get very good internet.
A lot of times your publisher handles your marketing. That's about the only reason you keep a publisher around anymore. And there's companies out now that a developer can go to handle marketing if they don't want to do it in-house. There's one company that springs to mind that I really like as a publisher is Devolver Digital. They are great. They have been great friends to the indie game developer. They do. If I remember correctly, they've done Papers, Please, Rough Browsers, is what kind of got them started. And if you look through a lot of the stuff that's been come out in the last 2 years, a lot of the big indie hits have been Devolver Digital published.
Yeah. So there is a use for publishers, producers, but they're not playing as big of a part in today's game circle. Because, I mean, the biggest thing right now is getting those CDs out for actual physical games. But if you're just making a game like for Steam, you don't need it. So that's the thing. You don't have to have as much of a risk, it seems, in today's market for video games. So it seems like producers are being phased out, which I think is a good thing, as we've seen with
give it a few more years, because we're already seeing the role of publishers, producers change.
Yeah,
we're seeing that role change, as right in front of us now. Especially as you see major studios, if not the major studios themselves, their talent is leaving these AAA environments, the publisher developer environments and everything, and going off and doing indie studios, doing their own game. We all got excited in our community about Rend, which got delayed because of results of their alpha test. They pretty much got told, like, hey, you're going about this the wrong way. They actually if this was a original developer publisher relationship, they would have to sit there and say, well, I'm sorry, and still push it out, because you got deadlines, you got to get money out.
The thing is the publisher doesn't necessarily only give out money. There is so many guidelines involved. You just mentioning talents, in a lot of cases these talents aren't giving the necessary freedom to produce something amazing anymore. That's one of the biggest reasons why story writer XYZ left big company, AAA company, in order to
BioWare's losing a lot of theirs right now.
Mhm.
Yes. In order to continue their creative path with an indie studio where they have all freedom and potentially they make more money because they don't have to
they don't have to Call of Duty-ify everything.
Exactly. Man.
Yeah. So you don't make as much money. You don't make a continued salary. Instead, if you're going more indie, then you release your game, you get the money, your studio, your game development group gets the money, and then you can distribute it. Which, it's more risky for each individual person, but then you're not stifled by a publisher, by a producer.
I think ultimately what we're going to see happen, and I was kind of talking about, like, we're seeing the role of publisher-producer change right now. We're also seeing the role of indie change. Used to be indie meant you weren't a studio. You had 1 to 5, if you're lucky, maybe 10 guys working on something. Mm-hmm. Indie studios now, they are numbering in 20s, 30s, hundreds even, where you have effectively what would be typically considered a normal development studio. They're still being called indie because they're still doing everything in-house. I think give it a few more years, what we're going to see happen is you will not have your publishers. Publishers will take dev studios in-house, and that'll be the extent of it. Pretty much, a publisher will become just more of a umbrella for a bunch of different studios. But you will have those studios that will be just about the same equivalent as these other studios. Like I said, you're going to have the lines blurred between your AAA dev studios versus your indie studios, to a point where they'll be non-distinguishable. You'll start seeing, I think, these type of games. Yeah. The big thing that'll impact this is will that $60 price point change for can you imagine paying, like Senua being the example, that's about an 8-hour experience. I wouldn't want to pay $60 for that. That'll be the deciding tag. That'll be the deciding factor, is what these publisher-based studios do, and will we sooner or later see EA no longer be a publisher? They will actually have to go back to being a full-on developer like they used to be way back when.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Do they even remember how to make games? Because I think the only thing they know how to do is
make loot boxes.
Yeah. Which will be great for you guys, right? I kid.
I hate loot boxes, okay? Overwatch ruined this for me.
Anything else on this before we start wrap up?
No. I think we've talked it to death enough.
All right.
Let's kick it in the ribs one more time. Oh.
So, if you're still here watching, thank you. We
love you.
Definitely went a little bit longer than normal, and we kind of didn't really care because we missed last episode.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was just piss poor planning on our parts. We get that last Sunday the last episode came around. It's like we haven't talked about what we're going to talk about. Instead of trying to come in here and aimlessly bring it on, we at least want to make sure we're bringing you half quality content at least. So
hey. What do you mean?
Thank you for can roughly be called content.
So thank you for patience on that. Contest, if you're watching this, if you're a member of Obtenebration community, we do have one other contest that, if you remember, still going on. We started taking subs for our community, where you get some benefits, and at 10 subs, we do have a drawing we'll do for that. Which, if you're hearing it from here, unique to you. Or there'll be one unique to you. I'm sorry. Another contest we're doing. Any member of our Discord community can watch any of our content creator program members create a 60-second clip at max from someone's stream starting tomorrow, going until the 5th. Create a clip, submit it. Links and all that will be on our Discord. Winning clip will get you a $25 virtual Visa gift card, and we'll also give the creator who you created the clip of a $25 virtual Visa gift card. It is being judged by myself and Mibu.
So pick my streams because I'm excluded from winning the $25. Pick my streams.
Can we just agree that if either of you guys win, it just goes to me?
How about no?
So come join our Discord.
It's a good place.
Watch any of our content creator program streams. Submit clips to the link that we have on our Discord, and you can win some money. It's only 2 weeks, so
again, it starts tomorrow. You can't use anything what you see right now. Us talking about boobs and ass and
this actually would have been a good stream to have going.
That would have been fantastic, but unfortunately, you can't use it. It starts tomorrow. Okay.
That means actually the Obten, because of the timing, the Obten one won't be available for that.
Yeah,
we won't have a.
Okay.
We won't have a. Or no?
I mean, we could do a. We could do another one next week.
Actually, no. The last day of the contest will be our next episode.
It's a podcast. Yep. Yes.
So yes, the
next episode. Next episode, all serious. No opportunities for clips.
No, we'll play the game. You laugh, you lose.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do some special at some point.
Yeah, we should definitely showcase.
Nobody talks.
Actually, we could actually bring Sicachi in as a judge, so therefore he can't win anything, and we just review all the clips on that Sunday's episode.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind judging. I'm good at judging. I'll judge you all.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously though, check out all of the streams from our content creators. We're a great group. I mean, I'm kind of speaking from a position of bias here, but it's a great community, lots of great people. Check us out. I know that these two, they make some great streams. It's a good time, and even if they're just sleeping on stream, you can still slot machine their chats.
I think me and Mibu have both fallen asleep on stream now so far.
Yep, I have. And it's not because of the game or the company that comes with the game.
It's playing at very odd hours.
It is playing at 4, 5 a.m. in the morning when you actually got up 24 hours before.
For me, like you can tell, like the last one I fell asleep on, I was playing The Escapist 2, and I was all excited for that game, but I was playing at like 4 in the morning. And I woke up to and actually looked at my channel. There was a point where I was walking into a wall for like 20 seconds at a time.
That's game not editor. That's video game journalist skill that you got going on there.
So
seriously, you guys have seen that clip, right?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe we'll do an honorable mentions from outside of our group.
But
yeah, main point is if you want to be part of that contest, join our Discord. Link should be somewhere around here.
Everything should be linked somewhere below us. Little news bits. Me and Mibu, Sicachi, are you doing anything for Halloween on your stream?
I mean, I'm gonna be playing scary games with you guys. I know for sure.
Right. I know me, Mibu, probably Sicachi. Generally, any point in time, we're gonna be playing scary or Halloween themed games. Should be fun. I know Mibu's got his schedule up on his tabs. I got my schedule up on mine. Sicachi, you got your schedule up?
I do not have a schedule up on any certain tabs, any specific tabs. But in regards to my streams, I will be resuming streaming on Monday. I'm also going to be working on putting out YouTube videos. So check those out. Hey, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm learning a bit more about video editing.
Heaps of fun. Video editing is heaps of fun.
It's like from our last episode where we talked about the apocalypse stuff. It's gotten worse since.
Well, I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because it's fun, and I'd like to learn more about video editing.
That's how you could actually work on your Twitch channel instead of doing it to YouTube. Do vodcasts.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be streaming and then also doing videos. I'll also be editing streams so I can stream highlights.
So
make your own stream highlights from our channels, from anyone on our Discord channels streams. One popular one that you may have heard of is Sir Medieval.
YouTube videos. Any YouTube video going up in that time frame is eligible.
YouTube is eligible. Streams from YouTube or Twitch, videos from YouTube or vodcasts from Twitch are eligible. So, pretty much if you can clip it, you can use it.
So long as it's within these time periods.
Right.
Yes.
So starting tomorrow, and as long as the thing is up, like, because I know different time zones on the 5th, so it'll probably be actually more like 1 a.m. my time on the 6th. They'll actually turn it off. But if the form is still up, you can still submit clips.
And where can you find that clip?
On our Discord. It's actually in our welcome channel. So come over to our Discord, check it out.
Discord.
It's fun.
So
because I'm there. That's why it's fun.
At an hour and a half. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. November 5th should be our next episode. Bearing technical difficulties or stupidity on our part. So catch you on that one, guys. You guys can say
You've been great, and we've been better. Bye.
Make him shut up. Bye.
You just went the wrong way. I think you did.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.